How many of you guys wet your pants when you first saw this?
I just did. Be right back.
If there's one car that we can see it grow and mature properly, it has to be the Honda Civic. It first started off in 1972 as a little subcompact car. It then went through a phase in the 90s with its EKs and EGs during the JDM car modes era, with the VTEC craze and loud thumping discotheque music. After 10 generations, here it is. It has grown to be a stunning C-segment sedan, and Honda has made a game-changing move with this latest offering by being the first Japanese car maker to introduce turbocharged C-segment car, and we can't wait to see what the other Japanese car maker is going to do about it. Just look at it. Low white stunts, 4-door coupe-like design, distinctive curved lines. You'll just never miss one of these on the roads. The full LED headlights with DRL look mesmerizing at night, and I've never seen chrome eyebrows like this, leading towards the flying H grille. And together with this lower part that's black, this entire thing, it is very pretty. And you don't need skirting for this front bumper because it looks great as it is. I like these cleverly placed signal indicators. The 17-inch rims look nice, but I think 18-inch will rock it. Door visors, they are additional add-ons, which I think is unnecessary. The sloping roofline on the C-pillar, I like that. The taillights design, you either love it or hate it. The modular spoiler is an a la carte add-on, which is a nice thing to have. And there's one thing that I need to point out. Has flaunting the exhaust tips gone out of style? Because Honda, you have two tailpipes and they are hidden. Honda has stepped up the game in interior design. It feels cozy and spacious here. This Honda Civic Turbo Premium does actually give that premium feel. Miles better than the previous generation. Brushed metal finishing, leather and soft touch material can be found in places that matter. Leather wrapped steering wheel with pedal shifters feels nice. Oh, one thing. Things that actually feel cheap in this car. The buttons on the steering wheel and this. What's up with this black plastic panel over here? I was hoping there's a sticker that says, please remove this before use. But no, it's there. It's there to ruin the design. Please, just remove it. It's supposed to be hollow. Pulsating engine start button looks awesome. The meter cluster greets you with a futuristic welcome dance. The entire panel looks edgy and simple. You can choose to change the different kind of info in the middle bit. For example, you can choose to have a look at the turbo gauge. But I do wish it can change into different themes like the one in the Volvo V40. The center display looks like it's floating on the dash. A 7-inch advanced display audio system with very nice interface. Very user-friendly, and it is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatible. But if your smartphone cannot connect to it, just like my phone over here, there is an awesome quick fix to it. Check this out. Ta-da! That's it! Clever, right? I invented that. Right below it is the dual zone climate control, but if you want to change the fan speed, you will need to press this button over here and go onto the screen to change it, which I think is quite inconvenient. I don't quite like that. The gear lever is leather wrapped, and this entire space here looks solid and premium. I like this one. The armrest, you can slide forward and backward, and you open it up, you get a deep storage space in here. Now, here's the clever thing. You have one cup holder. Now you have two cup holder. HDMI, USB ports, power socket, they are all back here. And there's actually a hole for you to pull your cables through here to make things a bit more organized. That's quite clever. Now, here's the thing that I need to point out. The leather seats, yeah, they all look very nice and comfortable. It even has this carbon fiber weave, which is very familiar looking. But where is my shoulder support? Why? Some say it is for the back passenger to have a good view in front. But why? I don't care if my passenger has a good view or not. I'm the one driving. I want my shoulder support back. What's this? I gotta admit, the view back here is actually quite okay with this seat design. So what's next? Just a stool for the driver? It is crazy spacious back here. How do they do it? This is a compact sedan but with D-segment roominess. Ample knee room, and even with the steep sloping roofline, I get this much of headroom. The seats back here are actually very comfortable. The rear aircon vent is a treat. Armrests with cup holders, and for your child's car seat, ISOFIX points. For those who are traveling with children, especially toddlers, please use a baby car seat. It might look difficult, but it is actually not. Car seats with ISOFIX feature are very easy to install. Just put out the ISOFIX latch and then just push it in like that. Hook on the anchor back here, fasten it, and it's done. You and your child are ready to travel safely. Now, boot space. Don't be fooled by how small this boot lid is. When you open it up, it's actually massive in there. Fitting all this in with no problem at all. One full set of luggage bags, 2 hard cases, and 1 full-size stroller for your child. Now, let's drive it. But before that, let me start the car. Remote engine start. Fancy. The previous generation Civic was powered by either a 1.8 or a 2-litre engine. And when Honda announced the introduction of a turbocharged Civic, the fanboys went running around jumping for joy, and I bet you were one of them. So here it is. Underneath the hood is a 1.5-litre 4-cylinder VTEC turbo engine paired to a CVT, replacing the old 5-speed automatic gearbox. It produces 171 horsepower and 220 Nm of torque. That is 18 horsepower and 30 Nm more than the outgoing 2-litre sibling. Thanks to the forced induction engine developed by Honda's Earth Dreams technology, you now can have more power using less fuel. Safety-wise, the all-new Civic is well equipped with 6 airbags, ABS with EBD, BA, Vehicle Stability Assist, Hill Start Assist, ISOFIX, and Emergency Stop Signal. So now, how does it drive? I used to own a 8th generation Civic FD and I loved it. It has got low wide stance, a rev-happy iVTEC engine, responsive steering and all that. So deep down inside me, I personally would like to see this 10th generation Civic to be as good. But do you know what, guys? It is not. Because it is better. For those who are familiar with Civics, once you're in here, you realize the NVH level is so much improved because it's fitted with lightweight soundproofing system in the underbody and doors as well. Together with a comfortable ride suspension, driving it gives you that pleasant or even premium experience. Honda actually benchmarked this Civic against some continental cars like the Audi A3. So I guess the Civic got an A for itself. The exhaust sounds very grunty for a 4-port 1.5-litre engine, and I still cannot forget the fact that you, Honda, hide both tailpipes. If you put your foot down, which is a natural behaviour of a typical Civic owner, you will realise that power delivery isn't immediate because there is turbo lag. But I find that acceptable, and when the power kicks in, it doesn't feel unpleasant like a kick to your back. It can be somewhat linear. After that, big smile all the way because this thing is quick. However, I feel that the steering is unable to cope with itself. Don't get me wrong, it feels fantastic in city and highway driving, but going through winding road like this at speed, I don't wish that there is a switch that I can tighten her up, like a sport mode steering button switch thing. Since it drives on a CVT, I was actually hoping that it could be fun going through winding roads due to the engine braking characteristic. But no, it didn't happen. This CVT here actually feels like a conventional torque converter automatic gearbox. And that could be a good thing. It works really well in this car, probably because VTEC engines are rev-loving creatures, so they both can work harmoniously. And I'm happy to report that there's no hair-pulling, constant overdrive-like noise from the engine. Manual S mode with pedal shifters on this road, it is a joy, because this thing drives really well. Now the big but. Honda has made a car that everyone wants to buy because it is a very capable car, which is not a bad thing, but you do know what that means, right? Look over to your left right now, you'll see a new Honda Civic. And now to your right, you'll see another one. Oh there, new Civic. It is everywhere. So, is this car for you? Well, if you have been saving up to buy that good-looking, spacious, fun and fast car that even your parents would approve, then yes. But if you don't want to have the same car as everyone else because you want to be different, then probably not. Because the all-new Honda Civic now sells so well, they are everywhere. If you want to find out more about the all-new Honda Civic Turbo, do log on to AutoBuzz.my. If you like our video, do give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Now, let's drive it. But before that, let me start the car. It's locked.